I just want to get back to my son. Like I didn't know I was still on probation. I apologize. Like a lot of stuff I didn't understand either. I'll do house arrest, I'll do anything. I just don't want my son to be cooking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Court calls the case of the People versus Rebecca Ellage.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Miss Ellage. Please state your name for the record.
Rebecca Ellage.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We want to offer on behalf of probation, for you on a violation of probation. She owes $1,085. No payments have been made. She failed to complete substance abuse program with the farm. Failed to report to probation after October of 2021. Failed to report to Washington County Jail April 13th of 22 to serve 5 days jail as ordered at previous violation hearing. She has pending cases, felony cases that one is set for PCC on 3/6. Oh, actually, both of them are set for 3/6 before you. Our recommendation is 90 days jail, credit for 21 serve the balance, complete in jail down farm program, waive remaining terms, accept financial applications, discharge from probation.
I did have a chance to speak with Miss Ellage regarding this VOP hearing. She would ask that the court deviate from the recommendation and consider credit for time serving her and discharging her from probation. I think the biggest thing that Miss Ellage is concerned about right now is her children. So she has two children. One is requires 24-hour care. He is autistic with high needs. They are both of her children are involved with CPS because she's been incarcerated for some time now. Her autistic son is currently with his grandfather, but according to CPS, if she's not released, the child will be going into foster care, as the grandfather doesn't want to keep him in his custody. She's not working because of that son. And as I say, he does require 24-hour care, and she relies on his Social Security checks to support the family. She is renting and has her own place with her children. We did discuss a little bit about the underlying case. It stems from a rolled up dollar bill that was found in her vehicle. She was forthcoming with the officers of why she had that dollar bill. But that's the underlying case. She has been in custody for 21 days. She hasn't had any other drug related cases. Well, there's the one from 2019, but nothing new since 2019 that involves drugs. She said that around the time that she was violated on this case, she was doing therapy at Dawn Farm. So she was addressing the issues and the reason why this case came about. She's just trying to take care of her children and get her life back. I mean, she said she'd be willing to be on a tether. She's willing to drop. She's willing to do any of that. I'd ask the court just credit for time serve her, discharge her from probation without improvement, and allow her to resolve these other cases and get back to her children.
Ms. Ellen, is there anything you want to tell the court?
No, I just want to get back to my son. Like I didn't know I was still on probation. I apologize. Like a lot of stuff I didn't understand either. I'll do house arrest, I'll do anything. I just don't want my son to be cooking. That's all.
Well, here's part of the problem. Part of the problem is I certainly gave you a chance. You were supposed to report back in 2022 for 5 days for a previous issue that you had. And you didn't show up.
Yeah, I was scared that this was gonna happen. It's happening because I don't have support outside for my kids. And I say, if I turn myself in, where are they gonna go?
So I tell you to report to the jail to do 5 days.
Mhm.
Don't give you the whole thing. Just don't do it. And so you're telling me, you're asking me to trust you, and I can't trust you. Then while you're on probation, and going through everything,
I didn't know I was still on
you
probation.
you pick up another charge, a weapons charge. Just hang on. I mean, I'm not making any indication of your guilt. I'm not making any indication of that. But you pick up another charge just February 10th. I mean, so it becomes a bit difficult to do that. And I'm still unclear as to, because you haven't been cooperating with probation, if you're not still using.
I'm not.
Well, you tell me that, but this is the problem, young lady. How am I to believe?
Can I drug
You
test?
haven't done anything that I've asked you to do. You are out there picking up new charges, but you're asking me to believe you. It's hard to do that. For me, you can earn your release. I mean, after she completes the non-farm program, I consider her released. But at this time, I'm going to send you 90 days in jail. I give you 20 credit for the 21 that you've served. You're to serve the balance. You're to complete the in-jail non-farm program. I will consider, I'm not saying that I will release on the battle program. I consider her can earn your release. I mean, after she completes the non-farm program, I consider her released. But at this time, I'm going to send you 90 days in jail. I give you 20 credit for the 21 that you've served. You're to serve the balance. You're to complete the in-jail non-farm program. I will consider, I'm not saying that I will release, but I'll consider release after that program is complete. I will waive all remaining terms of her probation, except her financial obligations, and discharge her from probation without improvement. Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Jason.
Let's talk about personal responsibility and collateral consequences. We have a defendant who's the mother of two. She's facing 90 days in jail for violating her probation. One of her kids is autistic. They require 24/7 care. And CPS told her that if she's not released, her son would end up in foster care. What did she choose to do? She violated her terms of probations, knowing what was at stake. And this is the decision that she stuck with. This is the consequences of her decision. From a legal standpoint, Rebecca's situation is complicated. She was on a felony probation. She had strict requirements, which included reporting to her probation officer and avoiding new charges. On second thought, that's really not that complicated unless you're a criminal. She failed to do both. So the judge pointed out that she hadn't been cooperative with probation. On top of that, she picked up a weapons charge in February, which further undermined her credibility. The defendant's plea to be released for her children is emotional and compelling. It's important to remember that she knew the terms of her probation, though. The judge acknowledged her struggles and emphasized that, if she hadn't, if she had have done what the court asked, that, this wouldn't be happening. So, it raises a critical question. Should the justice system prioritize accountability, even if it means separating families? Should the court show more leniency in cases involving dependent children? That's something that I'm curious about, and I want to know your guys' opinion on it. The judge's decision to sentence her to 90 days in jail with the possibility of early release if she completes a rehab program. That to me reflects an attempt to balance these interesting cases. There's only so much that a judge can do, but really you're in control of your own life. You knew what was at stake and you made decisions. These are not mistakes. These are decisions, not mistakes. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Could this have been handled a different way? Should it have been handled a different way? Or did the judge do what was appropriate? Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.